Hello dear students, in the previous session we have discussed the coordinate transformation, right-handed system and relations connecting xi as well as xi prime system, that is old system as well as new system. In this session let's solve some problems based on coordinate transformation and let's see how we can express direction cosine for the system we have considered. Okay, so the first problem is this. The problem statement is like the xi prime system is obtained by rotating the xi system. We are rotating xi system to get xi prime system, that is we are rotating our old system in order to get our new system about the x3 axis. That means along x3 system we are rotating our old system to get a new system about x3 axis through an angle theta in the sense of the right-handed screw. As I said, we are concerned about right-handed system, so we are using right-handed screw rule in order to get a new system. So we have to find out the transformation matrix. That means we have to find out the direction cosine table, and we should write the direction cosine table in terms of matrix transformation. That is the one point we are supposed to find out. And if a point P has coordinate 1 1 1 in xi system, that is in our old system point P has 1 1 1 coordinate, that is x1 is 1, x2 is 1 and x3 is 1. Find its coordinates in the xi prime system. That means we have to find out the new coordinate system, that is in xi prime system we have to find out the coordinates. Also, if a point Q has coordinate 1 1 1 in the xi prime system, here for a new system they have given the coordinates. We should find out the coordinate in our old system. These 3 points we have to find out. So let's see how we can solve this problem. You can look at this geometry. So here this is my old system, that is xi system. This is my xi system. Okay. Now I have to rotate this xi system about x3 axis. That means x3 axis will be the new system will come on this x3 itself, but I will get different angle for x1 and x2. That means I am rotating my xi system about x3 axis. Let's see how it looks. This is my new system. You can observe here I am rotating about x3 axis. So x3 dash is on x3 axis itself. This is after rotation, so x1 became x1 prime, x2 became x2 prime. This is my new coordinate system about a fixed point origin O. So now this new system or making an angle theta. Okay. In the previous session we have observed that we can write the direction cosine table using this, that is alpha ij is equal to cos of xi prime comma xj. Using that I have defined my direction cosine table. So now I have to fill the values alpha 11, alpha 12, alpha 13, alpha 21, 22, 23 and 31, 32, 33. So using my new coordinate system and old coordinate system, that is at a fixed origin, I can write I can make an angle as this, that is alpha 11 means cos of x1 prime comma x1, that is angle between x1 and x1 prime, that is nothing but theta. So it will be cos theta, cos of x1 prime comma x1, that is cos theta. Next is alpha 12, that is nothing but cos of x1 prime comma x2. So this is x1 prime, this is x2, angle between x1 prime and x2 is nothing but alpha 1 2. So here you can observe it is cos of 90 plus theta. Okay, so cos of 90 plus theta. Alpha 1 3 for third it is about the x3 axis, so it will be cos of 90 degree. Okay, similarly alpha 2 1 x3 is also like cos of x1 prime comma x3. Since it will be perpendicular to each other, it will be cos 90 degree. Okay, similarly for alpha 2 1 it is cos of x2 prime to x1, that is this angle. Okay, that is cos of 90 minus theta. Alpha 2 2 is cos of x2 prime to x2, it is cos theta. Again these two are perpendicular to each other, so cos of 90 degree. Alpha 3 1 means along this, so it is cos of 90. Here 3 2 means 3 prime to 2, again it is cos 90. 3 3 means along, so cos of 0 degree. So if I take the values of all these coordinates, I will get cos theta minus sin theta 0, sin theta cos theta 0 0 0 1. Sorry, a small correction. This is cos of x1 prime comma x2. x1 prime comma x2, it is 90 minus theta, and x2 prime comma x1 is 90 plus theta. So you will get minus sin theta here. Sorry, here minus sin theta, here plus sin theta. Okay, small correction. So one more thing you should be note down here is angle between x1 and x2 prime. x1 and x2 prime will not be equal to angle between x2 and x1 prime. That is, this is x2 and x1 prime. This angle will not be equal to this angle. It means that the value of alpha 1 2 will not be equal to value of alpha 2 1. You should be careful about this. So now I can write the matrix transformation using direction cosine table. Okay, that is alpha ij is equal to what I will get, cos theta sin theta 0 minus sin theta cos theta 0 0 0 1. This is nothing but my matrix transformation using the direction cosine table. So next part of the problem is they have given the coordinate of the point P in xi system. We should find out in xi prime system. So we know the relation between xi and xi prime system, that is xi prime is equal to xp into alpha ip. So here if you give values to p and I, you will get the new coordinate system. We know p is equal to 1 comma 1 comma 1, that is nothing but x1 is equal to 1, x2 is equal to 1 and x3 is equal to 1. Using this I will find my new coordinate system, the values of p in a xi prime system. So x1 prime is equal to xp into alpha 1p. Okay, xp alpha 1p. So if I give values to p, I will get x1 alpha 11 plus x2 alpha 12 plus x3 alpha 13. So from my matrix I can write the values of alpha 11, alpha 12, alpha 13. So first ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, using a coordinate transformation ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇವಾಗ ನ್ಯೂ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ xi ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ p ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಏನೇನು ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ x1 ಪ್ರೈಮ್ x2 ಪ್ರೈಮ್ x3 ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮೂರು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ x1 ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. x1 alpha 11 plus x2 alpha 12 plus x3 alpha 13. x1 is 1 into alpha 11 is cos theta plus x2 is 1 alpha 12 is sin theta plus x3 is 1 alpha 13 is 0. So I will get cos theta plus sin theta. This is x1. Correct? Similarly, x1 prime is equal to xp alpha 2p. So value substitute madre enagutte x1 alpha 21 plus x2 alpha 22 plus x3 alpha 23. Correct? Values na substitute madidre x1 1 alpha 21 is minus sin theta, x2 is 1 alpha 22 is cos theta, x3 is 1 alpha 23 is 0. So ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ minus sin theta plus cos theta. Similarly x3 prime ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ x1 is 1 into alpha 31 is 0 plus x2 is 1 alpha 32 is 0 plus x3 is 1 alpha 33 is 1. So x3 prime is 1. Okay na? ಈಗ coordinates ಏನೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ coordinates of p in the xi prime system ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ cos theta plus sin theta minus sin theta plus cos theta and 1. So this is the coordinates of p in the xi prime system. Similarly, coordinates of q in xi prime system they have given. ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ x1 prime is 1, x2 prime is 1, x3 prime is 1. We have to find out the coordinates of q in xi system. Correct? ಹೇಗೆ find out ಮಾಡೋದು? Again we know the relation between xi and xi prime system. So xi is equal to alpha pi xp prime. Using this relation x1 x2 x3 find out ಮಾಡೋಣ. So x1 is equal to alpha p1 x p prime alpha 11 x1 prime plus alpha 12 x2 prime plus alpha 13 x3 prime. So again using matrix table value substitute ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ alpha 11 is cos theta into 1 plus alpha 12 is minus sin theta na alla plus sin theta into 1 plus alpha values ulta ಆಯ್ತು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. I will rewrite it again. So alpha 11 x1 prime plus alpha 21 x2 prime plus alpha 31 x3 prime. Alpha 11 is cos theta into 1 plus alpha 21 is minus sin theta into 1 alpha 31 is 0 into 1. ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ cos theta minus sin theta. So x2 prime similarly values ಎಲ್ಲ substitute ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you will get cos theta plus sin theta and x3 prime you will get 1. Okay na? So again ಇದನ್ನ coordinate ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ coordinate of q in xi system ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ cos theta minus sin theta cos theta plus sin theta 1. So this is the solution of the problem. The next problem is we have to complete this direction cosine table. Okay, so they have given alpha 11, 12, 13, alpha 21, 22, 23. We have to find out alpha 31, alpha 32, alpha 33. So let's solve that. To solve this problem, I will use the equation that we have obtained in your when we are discussing the coordinate transformation concept. That is from equation 10 and 11. You can go through your notes. From that I will write equations and I will solve for alpha 31, 32 and 33. Okay, so from mutual sum of squares concept, I can write alpha 11 square plus alpha 31 square plus alpha 32 square plus alpha 33 square is equal to 1. Since I am solving for the last row, I am using this. Okay. And also using equation 11, I can write alpha 31 alpha 11 plus alpha 32 alpha 12 plus alpha 33 alpha 13 is equal to 0. I have taken these two equations from your coordinate transformation concept. That is, we have got equation 10 and 11 in that concept. Now from there I have taken these two equations. So now let's substitute the value of alpha 11, alpha 12, alpha 13 in this equation. So what I will get, 1 over 2 root 3 by 2. In this equation I can take 1 over 2 root 2 common. So if I take 1 over 2 root common, I will get root 3 alpha 11 plus alpha 32 plus alpha 33 is equal to 0. So this implies root 3 alpha 11 plus alpha 32, it is 31 plus alpha 33 is equal to 0. Similarly, I can write alpha 21 alpha 31 plus alpha 32 alpha 22 plus alpha 23 alpha 33 is equal to 0. So if I substitute the value of alpha 21, alpha 21, alpha 22 and alpha 23, I will get 3 over 2 root 2 alpha 31 plus 1 over 2 root 2 alpha 32 minus 1 over 2 root 2 alpha 33 is equal to 0. So again take 1 over 2 root 2 common. You will get 3 alpha 31 plus alpha 32 minus alpha 33 is equal to 0. I will call this equation as equation number 3. From equation 2 and equation 3, if I add those two equations, that is root 3 alpha 31 plus alpha 32 plus alpha 33 is equal to 0 and 3 alpha 31 plus alpha 32 minus alpha 33 is equal to 0. If I add these two equations, I will get alpha 31 is equal to I will get 2 root 3 alpha 31 is equal to minus 2 alpha 32. So if I write for alpha 31, it will be minus alpha 32 by root 3. 2 gets cancelled. So now I got the value of alpha 31. I will call this as equation number 4. So similarly, if you subtract this equation 2 and 3, you will get these two terms will get cancelled. You will get 2 alpha 33 is equal to 0. This implies alpha 33 is equal to 0. So now substitute the value for alpha 33 and alpha 31 in any of these two equations. Or from equation 1, alpha 31 square plus alpha 32 square plus alpha 33 square is equal to 1. Substitute alpha 31 and alpha 33 value here. You will get the value of alpha 32. Or substitute for alpha 32 and alpha 33, you will get alpha 31. So what I will get, alpha 31 square I will write as it is, plus alpha 32 I can write root 3 into alpha 3 1. So square, that means root 3 square is 3 itself. 3 alpha 3 1 square plus this is 0 1. So if I take alpha 3 1 square outside, I will get 1 over 4. So this implies alpha 3 1 is plus or minus 1 by 2. So now if I substitute alpha 3 1 value here, I will get the value of alpha 3 2. So alpha 3 1 is plus or minus 1 by 2 is equal to minus alpha 3 2 by root 3. This implies alpha 3 2 is nothing but plus or minus root 3 by 2. So I have got the value of alpha 3 1, alpha 3 2 and alpha 3 3. So we have found out all the values of alphas. So our table is completed now. The next problem is show that ei prime, ej prime, ek prime is equal to determinant of alpha I1, alpha I2, I3, alpha J1, J2, J3, alpha K1, K2, K3. And also deduce that determinant of alpha ij is equal to 1. This is what we have to prove. So first what I have considered is, we know that any vector can be expressed as a linear combinations with its base vectors. So I have considered some arbitrary vector A with a basis vector E1, E2, E3. Okay. So I know that I can write A1 as A dot E1. So A dot E1 is nothing but A1. I have used this concept here. So A dot E1 into E1 plus A dot E2 into E2 plus A dot E3 into E3. Here in particular I have considered EI prime as my vector. So for this I can write EI prime dot E1 into E1 plus EI prime dot E2 into E2, EI prime dot E3 into E3. Okay. I know that alpha ij is equal to EI prime dot EJ. That is nothing but cos of xi prime comma xj is equal to EI prime dot EJ, which is equal to alpha ij. We have seen this concept in while discussing the concept of coordinate transformation. Using this, I can write this as alpha I1 E1, alpha I2 E2, alpha I3 E3. Similarly, for EJ prime and EK prime, I can write these two forms. Okay. So now, in the beginning classes only, while discussing Levi-Civita symbol, we were seeing that we can express any matrix in a determinant form as well as in a scalar triple product. So starting alle adha nodidivi. Levi-Civita symbol na determinant matrix determinant form allu express ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, and that matrix determinant form is nothing but our scalar triple product. So using that concept, I have written that EI prime comma EJ prime comma EK prime will be equal to determinant of this. So if you once check that, you can understand this concept clearly. This is for ijk. We were not knowing the value of ijk here. So in particular, this is the first part of the proof. This part of proof is over. Now I have given values for I as 1, j as 2 and k as 3. So my determinant table changes to alpha 1 1, alpha 1 2, alpha 1 3, alpha 2 1, alpha 1 2 2, alpha 1 2 3, alpha 3 1, 3 2, 3 3. So we know that when suffixes are same, we will get the value of 1. If suffixes changes, the value will be 0. Using that concept, if I give values here, I will get, that is nothing but determinant of alpha ij. Or you can write it like this, scalar triple product, you can write like this, E1 prime cross E2 prime dot E3 prime. This is nothing but E1 prime cross E2 prime dot E3 prime. We know that E1 prime is one vector and E2 prime is another vector. Cross product of these two vector will give you the third vector, that is E3 prime. So E3 prime dot E3 prime is 1. That is nothing but determinant of alpha ij is 1. This is the second part. Hope you understand. Thank you.